Right now, your brain is probably running a dozen background processes. You're processing the sound of my voice, wondering how long this video is, remembering an email you forgot to send, and deciding what you're having for dinner. When people try to meditate or simply find a moment of mental peace, they assume they have to somehow wrestle this exact stream of consciousness to a complete halt. It's the single most common reason people give for quitting. They sit down, close their eyes, and immediately conclude that their specific brain is just permanently hardwired to generate noise. Because that internal monologue feels like an unbroken, endless chain, the idea of turning it off seems like trying to stop a freight train with your bare hands. It feels impossible for a beginner. This feeling of possessing an unstoppable, constantly active mind is the primary illusion that causes most of us to give up on finding mental quiet before we even try. The belief that you cannot stop thinking is entirely false. Halting your thoughts does not require years of monastic training or intense psychological masterclasses. Mental silence is a natural, involuntary reflex. Your brain already executes it regularly, every single day, completely without your permission. Finding quiet involves simply recognizing the hidden pockets of silence that are already occurring naturally inside your mind. To see how this works, we are going to run a live experiment right now to prove that you are entirely capable of complete mental silence. For the next few moments, I want you to deliberately stop paying attention to the actual meaning of the words I am saying. Instead, shift your entire focus to the physical sensation inside your head during the exact spaces between my words. Forget about me and forget about the topic of this video. Pay close attention to your own immediate, real-time psychological reaction to the gaps. Just listen and notice what happens in the space. And watch your mind. Now, take a second to analyze what exactly went on inside your head during those specific seconds of silence. During those brief 3 to 4 second gaps between my words, your mind was completely free of its usual internal monologue. This diagram illustrates the mechanical difference between basic awareness and active thinking. Awareness is the continuous baseline, while thoughts are just isolated clusters of activity that interrupt it. You remained aware of your surroundings, like hearing the bird, even in the physical spaces where thoughts disappeared. Absolute silence serves as the infinite default background state of your mind, always present behind the temporary activity of thinking. If pure silence is our default biological setting, why do our heads constantly feel so loud and overwhelmed? We compulsively destroy our own quiet baseline by constantly generating and inserting an endless stream of intrusive thoughts to fill up the negative space. A generous analysis of these thoughts suggests that 99% of them are total rubbish. They are repetitive, irrelevant to your survival, and serve only to occupy the space where silence naturally lives. The everyday solution is simply to notice and enjoy the brief, natural spaces where one thought terminates and the next has yet to begin. Mental peace comes from recognizing the silence that already exists between your thoughts.